Hello and welcome back to the book club. The club where we talk about books I've been recently reading and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently reading and enjoying, and if you've read more about it, talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Assassin's Apprentice is my first time diving into Robin Hobb's world, the Elderling series I believe it's called, and this is book one of the Farseer trilogy. It's actually a really interesting take on a series to do multiple trilogies within an expanded universe. I don't know of many that have done it like that, but it's such a really interesting concept because it gives you these snippets of what I imagine is different times in the world. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if they're interconnected. I don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest, but I'm sold. After this book, I'm so thoroughly sold on this series because what a brilliant little story. What a brilliant little coming-of-age book. This is such a nice, like, sort of move away from the all-out war fantasy that I've recently been reading. Like, everything that I've read has been about these grand battles, about the end of the world level threats, and yet this is just a bastard child growing up and how he fits into the kingdom and the politics that go into that. And sure, there are troubles throughout the kingdom, but it more so focuses on him and how he comes to be. And for all I know, in the next two books in the trilogy, it does go into all-out war. It does go into that sort of depth and layer. But for now, I've just enjoyed this little coming-of-age story. And what I love about Robin Hobb's writing is, you know, we follow Fitz from being 6 years old all the way to being, I want to say, like, late teens in this book, and the writing style kind of develops with his age, you know. It's him telling the story from when he's older, and you can tell that, you know, the early years and the early memories that he has are very fragmented. They're very here and there. They're not full of detail. They're not you know, like, every single specific thing that happens, and then throughout the book you start to get more and more detail, and it starts to become a little bit more clearer, and like he actually can remember everything that happens. And it's genius writing, it really is. And outside of that, the writing of the world, it's such a unique writing style that Robin Hobb has, that it's just like, it brings you into the world. It makes you feel like you're there, like you are just with Fitz, like you're witnessing everything. And I love all the side characters that it brings in, and it's not too complex. It's not too, you know, there's this family, this family, this family, and there's these names, these names, these names. It's like we've got a set, you know, cast, if you want to call it cast, of characters, and we get to follow them. You know, Burek is like an absolute highlight, an absolute joy. I honestly, full spoilers by the way if you have not read this book, when he almost dies at the end, I was so scared. I thought he actually had died, and I was like, no. Honestly, if they'd have killed him off, I'd have been so sad. But what a beautiful, beautiful character. And I love that all these characters as well have these different political opinions and different views. You know, you've got the side of the King's family that are against Fitz, that are like, well, you're a bastard child, and they just want to bring themselves up. And then you've got people like Verity, who are, you know, a little bit more kind-hearted and a little bit more spirited towards Fitz, and allow him to do these things and want him to succeed, regardless of the fact that he is a bastard. It's such a cool concept, and I love it so much. The whole power systems as well that are in this world, and the mystery around it, you know, we've not really got a proper explanation of it all yet. Sure, we've got a full explanation kind of the skill and how that works, and a full deep dive into that, but you know, we've got things like Fitz's connection to animals that has not really been fully dived into yet, and I feel like there's a lot of other power systems in this world. I like that it doesn't overload you with information. It kind of gives you these snippets and makes you fill in the gaps. It makes it so that it doesn't seem like a book that's just overloading you with, like, here's this information and you need to know this because this is key to the story. It's just telling you a story, and you've kind of got to follow along and pick up the crumbs, and that's what I love. It's like even the stuff with the forged people, I think that's what it's called, it never fully explains that, or the red ships, and I'm really interested by that. I feel like that's a building story in the background of everything that's going on in Fitz's life, where it's not really the key of everything that's going on with him, but it is, like, it's going to play a huge part in the future, I feel like, in the next two books. I can't wait to sort of really explore that, and what's actually even just going on with that. This is country on the brink. And that's also the other really cool thing about this book, is how deep it goes into the politics, and how it really plays with the politics. It really makes that sort of a forefront of everything that you are reading, and it's just, I've loved this book. I really love the whole aesthetic of it. I love that it was quite short and concise. I do feel like the story was just getting going and then it ended, and obviously I know it's book 1 of 3, so we're going to get more of Fitz's story, but that's just a testament to how good the writing is in this, is that it's what, like 300, almost 400 pages long, and it felt like it was only just getting started. That's a sign of a good writer. So let me know if you've read Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. What did you think about it, and should I be excited for the next 2 books? But anyway, I'll see you next time on the book club.